how to win when you do bishop opening because I feel it's the most versatile opening that that every time I play as a white. So in this particular game with the bishop opening, I won with checkmate in 21 moves. And I want to share this game of mine with you all so that you can also increase your elo. So let's start it. I started with e4 classical move, and then this is the bishop opening when you do c4, and then it's very basic that the other would develop their knights, and then I try to make something like my idea was here is that if he took my um pawn here, I would take his, then I would just grab my bishop here, then it would come here, then maybe it's a kind of good idea to play, but he instead played this, which is right in this situation. Then I tried to develop my another knight. So he developed its bishop and then just try to be defensive. I just want to develop my bishop here so that I can attack the queen and also pressurize the knight, opponent's knight on f6. Then all the basic. Up until this, we didn't took each other's pawn and any kind of trade wasn't done yet. Then I tried to kick off the bishop. But instead here, he traded. So I could even take with this or this, but I didn't want it to just, you know. So I took it with a pawn and then it castled here, which I feel is not very good because castling often, you know, this pawn of yours is weakened. So and then I pushed my pawn. My opponent also pushed a pawn because they thought about it that my idea was to attack on this position and also my rook is protecting my pawn. Then I pushed another pawn. I don't know why, what was the idea here? Um, to just move the rook here. Either I think it should have done something like queen development because queen was there. It wasn't attacking to it that much. Then I push my pawn again so that the idea was that if he takes with the knight, I takes with the rook and then I just attack with my queen here and that would be a checkmate. But then he pushed another pawn, then I developed my queen. So he tried to attack my queen here. So if I had moved my queen here, he would have gone here to fork the rook and my king. So I moved my queen back by thinking about 1 minute, and then obviously he was making way for the queen so that it could develop. Then I moved my rook here because I had this idea that I would move my queen somewhere like first here, then there, then we could go attack the king. So it pushed his pawn and then I captured back with my pawn. Then it again captured, then I captured the pawn with my bishop, which I think is a brilliant move because, you know, but it's not that brilliant. It depends on how my opponent would react. So if they haven't captured, which is not a great deal, because if they haven't captured, I would have captured it, and that would, like, protect the king in some ways, which is not a great idea here. So they instead just captured the pawn of mine with the knight. But here I captured it with my queen. This is the idea that I can, just attack this king side. It's really weak. His queen isn't very in a, you know, active square, while my queen isn't. Then, obviously I knew that he gonna do, this. fork the king and the rook, but I was aware that the checkmate is near, so I didn't move my king. So I moved my king here, then he captured. Then here, I played this move, which is great. You know, there were two squares. Either the king could move here or here, not here. So these two. Anywhere if the king have gone, there is a checkmate. Okay, there was a checkmate, very quick checkmate. So instead, he took his king here. Then I played rook takes the pawn, and then he moved its rook to here. Okay, trying to protect, but actually, the checkmate was here, this maiden one. Like, if you wanna stop the video and find out where's maiden one, there's a maiden one in here. I moved my bishop. So that's it. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. And please win and checkmate other's opponent with bishop opening.